What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN OnyxCoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys. Let's get into it, okay? I'm sure some people are like, why isn't C-Zar making videos? Is he afraid that he was wrong? Is he ashamed of himself? Absolutely not, you guys. It takes a lot to shame me, okay? No, I just had other things that I was doing. Unfortunately, it kept me away about 3 hours later than I normally like to make these videos, but whatever, man. We're up late. I'm going to do them nonetheless because that's what we do around here, you guys. From a high to a low, we've gone above the 236. We're going to get to all this stuff. Don't you worry. We're going to mention how we broke out of the downtrend and broke back into it. Don't you worry. But from a high to a low on the fibs, we've gone above the 236 and then we came back down to the 069. It's not really a common thing to do, but it does happen. There's a reason why this pink line exists. After all, we found support right here before. We're finding support there now. It's also an area where we found resistance before we broke out over here as well, and a prior area of resistance back here, of which we're finding support on now. So structurally speaking, it's weird, it's volatile, but it's still in a more bullish positioning than it is a bearish positioning. We moved up with a lot of volume. We moved down with some decent volume too, but more volume to the upside. So I'm not really discouraged at all. I'm not dissuaded by any kind of upside predictions or projections that we've had. On that note, I want to say that it's extremely uncommon whenever you find a low and you get above your 236. It's extremely uncommon to go below that low before at least interacting with your 382 area. So I would assume if we were to go lower, at least we would have to come up to 2.2 cents. But at that point, that might be enough to get us going up to the golden ratio and beyond, and then validate this low altogether. I think this low will be validated as a low once we get above about 2.6 cents, above these areas here. Once we do that, it's time to start thinking of this really as a low. Until then, it's up in the air, right? We could go lower. I'm not expecting that we go lower, but it's possible. It is possible from a low here, come on now, low to a high. That price, if we were to go lower, would take us somewhere around 1.2 cents to 1 cent itself, maybe as low as 0.0087, 0.0084. I'm petting Mufasa. I don't think you guys can see. Some people, before the channel ever hit like 10,000 subscribers, the cats would show up a lot more at the old place. I'm trying to get you to see him, but I might just take this thing off. Hold on, let's see. He got scared because of the noises. You get in the cat's ass, I guess. Apparently, though, whenever the cats show up, that means that we're about to go through some bullish momentum, some bullish times, and that's not always true, but they do tend to show up right before we're about to move. So maybe that's a good omen. We'll see if it is. Anyways, getting back to work here, man. What we've done from a low to a high, we've talked about the lower areas, right? And it wouldn't be crazy at all to go down to 0.008, 0.0084, something in that area, because that's the low of this consolidation phase here. Although, of course, I'm not under the assumption that we would go this low, or even really too much lower than we are now, because this is where Justin Sun bought. My theory is that if Justin Sun, a multi-billionaire, got involved with XCN, bought some XCN, he's probably going to hold the floor up, him and all his buddies, the exchange that they operate, the exchanges that he owns and operates, they will probably hold that price up. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? It's just a theory. That doesn't mean that it has to happen, but it's just a theory. Here's another theory. Okay, statistically speaking, whenever you do a move like this from a low to a high and you rip below your golden ratio like this, you find support at the 786 to 886, what you look for is a move that takes you above the golden ratio. If you can close a 4-hour period or even 2 1-hour candles above the 618, the golden ratio at 1.59 cents, essentially 1.6 cents or higher. If you can do that, we will likely see an immaculate bounce that takes us at least all the way back to the 236, 382 area, something like that. If not, likely through it, right? Something like that. But the stipulation is you need to close above the golden ratio. If you wick above there and you close back below, that doesn't count. You have to close above it, and it has to be in a short amount of time. I think by the end of this 4-hour candle would be nice. By the end of the next one, maybe. After you get to like 2 or 3, it's kind of looking more, in my opinion, like you would go down. You don't want to find resistance. If we find resistance at the golden ratio and then come down back to the 786, likely that would be an indication that we will go to 1.2 cents and lower. Not saying this because it's going to happen. I'm saying it because if it happens, this is a prime area to buy. It's not a prime area to sell. Okay, I don't want that to get confused. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but that's my opinion on the matter. If we look at this thing overall, Okay, we look at the trend that we've broken out of and broken back into from a high here coming all the way down. We broke out of this trend. It was looking perfect, man. It genuinely textbook perfect. You broke out with immaculate volume, pulled back, found support, got continuation, but except you didn't, did you? You stopped right in your tracks and then pulled all the way back down. Found some nice resistance at 2 cents there. An area that we found support at before, an area that we're finding resistance at now, and we found resistance at here before as well. I'm fully expecting that we find support in this exact area right now and that we begin building throughout the rest of this day and the rest of this week. It might be a bit of a hot take. It might not be the most popular opinion, but I think as of now we're down 15.5% on the week, and we will be green by the end of this week. If not green, by green, I don't just mean like 1% green. I mean, I think we'll be to the upside probably by 15% or more. I fully anticipate that XCN will be breaking out of this bull flag this month. We will be seeing higher prices than this by the end of this month. And at the end of the day, whether it's by the end of this month or it's by the end of April, however long it takes, I'm assuming that the target area we stop at is somewhere between about 11 cents to 26 cents. Nothing has changed. And I promise you, if we go lower, nothing has changed. I mean, we would have to go pretty damn low. I'll sell the YouTube channel because I'll have to make ends meet that way. I don't think anybody would want to buy the YouTube channel at that point anyways. But jokes aside, complete jokes aside, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're finding support now at this prior area of resistance, this prior consolidation phase here. It's the only kind of area that we have to find support until we get back down to prices that are well below half a cent. So hopefully this maintains, and I think it will. I'm really not worried about this at all, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. I don't think I have anything else I want to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If the question comes to mind, is it a good time to buy XCN right now? My answer would be, I think so. I mean, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's down 15% on this week, and we're only 1 day and 4 hours into the week. Yeah, I think it's a good time to buy, but you never know. There could be better times to buy coming up soon. I don't anticipate it, but I think really what's going to happen is in a very short amount of time, whether we move down first or whether we move up first, inevitably we're still going to move up to these target areas. So take that for what you want. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.